everybody? I am Jay Shady and you are listening to the Voice of Reason. So welcome to my newly revamped, newly redone, reconstructed Raw review. You know, instead of doing segment by segment breakdowns like I did in the past, like basically everybody does on here, instead of doing that, we're going to look at the main talking points of the show, the main focus, the main angles, the main segments, and talk deeper about those rather than having to talk about shit like Fandango and Santino and Kali. Instead of putting all this attention on all this stupid nonsense bullshit, we'll talk about the main stuff going into the shows and for each show that I review from here on out. Alright, so that being said, tonight's show was a decent Raw. Pretty decent show. If it was a 2-hour show, I would say it was a damn good show. But the fact of the matter is, it's a 3-hour show. So since it's a 3-hour show, I will call it decent. I'll go halfway and call it decent. You had some good segments, some really good segments, but you also had a lot of boring matches. There wasn't really any good or great matches, So, but the thing is, the main segments, the main storylines for the most part did have good segments. That's a big portion of the show, but not the whole show. So that's why I'm calling it decent. Alright, you enjoy my explanation there? Good. So, okay, the show kicks off with a good segment. I like this segment. Triple H comes out and he talks about how it's the fans' fault that this is going to happen to Daniel Bryan. It's the fans' fault that at WrestleMania, Triple H is going to very coldly and in a calculating manner going to dissect and torture and humiliate and beat Daniel Bryan. And he talks about how he's going to, talk about this in person with Daniel Bryan one-on-one later that night. And then Batista comes out. Now, let me talk about Batista for a second, because, as many of you know by now, I haven't reviewed or talked about WWE in a while. I haven't been on my channel for a while, so I haven't really been able to talk about Batista and his return. Now, this is a guy that, when he had his last heel turn, when he was feuding with John Cena during WrestleMania, what was it, WrestleMania 27? No, WrestleMania 26. When he was feuding with John Cena during WrestleMania 26. That heel turn, I was a big fan of. I was a big fan of that Batista, wearing the leather stuff, talking about John Cena kissing babies, hugging fat girls, and talking about how he doesn't deserve to be the poster boy of the WWE. That Batista I like. This Batista fucking sucks. What a fucking joke this man is. Seriously, I mean, this guy, I don't know where he gets his fucking fashion sense, but it's god fucking awful. Seriously. He comes out with these tight fucking clothes and these glasses, looking like this fucking prima donna, like some red carpet diva. And it's like, who is this man? I don't know who this guy is, because this isn't Batista. Nothing about this image says the animal to me. I'm sorry. A guy wearing tight ass fucking shirts, tight ass pants with, these, cool, hip, trendy, Hollywood style sunglasses and a nose ring doesn't say animal to me or real man. The guy is 45 fucking years old. He looks nothing like himself physically. That's age. He can't help that. But the way he presents himself, it's just horrible. He looks like he's trying so fucking hard to be this stud, but he's a 45 fucking year old man. Like, look at the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, right? The Heartbreak Kid prided himself on his looks for a long time. But now that he's in his 40s, when he comes out, he rocks his bald spot. He has his eyes all googly-eyed, all cockeyed, looking everywhere. Has a scraggly beard. That's how a 40-year-old, 45-year-old man should look. Not a 45-year-old Batista that comes out looking like a 16-year-old teenage girl, It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, this is what they're possibly going to make the face of the company. The face of the company is going to be a 45-year-old man, trying to look like a 16-year-old girl on a period, but whatever. Okay, so Batista comes out, and He's telling Triple H that he has to change this, that this is not right. He didn't come back to the WWE to be facing trolls and having all this shit going down. Then Randy Orton comes out. Randy Orton pretty much says the same thing. Triple H has to change this, and then they all start getting in war words. Batista says, Randy Orton says to Batista that the reason this is happening is because of you, because people are rebelling against you. They're cheering for Daniel Bryan in place of you because nobody likes you in the first place. Batista says they're cheering for Daniel Bryan because you as a WWE World Heavyweight Champion suck. And then Triple H starts flipping out, and he says, I'm tired of Hollywood movie stars coming back here and telling me how to run the business. I'm tired of these little trolls going against my authority. I'm tired of people who are champions, who are, legitimately talented, having to have me hold his hand in order to win a match. And he says, I'm going to do like the old man Vince McMahon did and only trust myself. And I'm going to announce that at WrestleMania, it's not going to be a triple threat match with Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Batista. If I beat Daniel Bryan, it's going to be a triple threat match with Randy Orton, Batista, and Triple H. So there's that big announcement that if Triple H wins, he will be in the main event match at WrestleMania. So no matter what, it will be a main event match, whether it be Daniel Bryan or Triple H. Obviously, it's going to be Daniel Bryan, unless the company just wants to, press the suicide button and just implode at WrestleMania 30. It will be Daniel Bryan. There's no way there's that dumb enough to make it Triple H. But I didn't really understand why they had to go that route. I guess that adds more to the ego character of, Triple H, corporate Triple H. But it kind of, it's obvious anyway. It was obvious in the first place that Daniel Bryan was going to win. But now it makes it even more obvious because there's no fucking chance in hell that they're going to have Triple H be in the main event. But this was a good segment. I liked it, because all the guys spoke the truth about each other. They all insulted each other. All the insults were very fucking true about Batista being a Hollywood movie star coming here. His heart isn't here. Randy Orton being a paper champion. All this was good stuff. So good start to the show. Before I talk about the next main segment I want to talk about, there was this little preview for this thing called Slam City, WWE Slam City. This is without a doubt the nerdiest fucking thing I've ever seen. Nerdy, fucking nerdy, goofy, just ugly and stupid and childish. It's this show, this really badly animated show where WWE superstars are fired and they have to find, second jobs to, maintain stability in their life. And it's like, what the fuck is this? It's so fucking bad looking. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up the trailer. If you didn't watch Raw, they showed the trailer on here. This is just ridiculous. What are they going for? They're seriously going for a 6 month old audience. There's no other, age group that is going to like this shit other than, 6 months and younger than that. It's ridiculous. Really is. This shit makes Scooby-Doo look like fucking Scarface and Lethal Weapon at the same time. Alright, whatever. So, let's go past that. Next big segment I want to talk about is, Paul Heyman and The Undertaker thing. Alright, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman thing. So, next week it will be it'll be March 24th, which will be one whole month from February 24th. And as many of you know, on February 24th, Undertaker came back, Brock Lesnar came back, Undertaker chokeslammed Brock Lesnar, stuck a pen in his hand, and the match was made. That was the big segment on February 24th. Now, a month by next week will have passed from that first segment between these guys until now. And in that month, legitimately, literally, nothing has fucking happened. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. Come on already. Seriously, come the fuck on. You have Paul Heyman come out and he's talking about how Undertaker has all of his recent opponents that he has just scraped by beating at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar has manhandled them, and he goes to a clip, and it was pretty fucking, suspicious, and I realized during this clip, there's no mention, no visual, no clip of CM Punk during this at all. And using CM Punk would kind of make sense with these recent WrestleMania opponents that Undertaker had. He faced CM Punk and Brock Lesnar beat CM Punk, so he would make sense with this. But I guess they're gonna treat CM Punk like Chris Benoit from this point out and make believe he never existed. So they just show everybody else other than CM Punk that Undertaker is feuded with. And that's pretty much the whole fucking segment, is Paul Heyman for 5 minutes saying that Brock Lesnar brutalized these opponents that Undertaker had a hard time beating. So that means Brock Lesnar's going to beat The Undertaker. And that's it. Call it a fucking day with this segment. Are you serious? One of the biggest marketed matches for WrestleMania 30. And you're all labeling it, it's all going to just, the whole thing is just, there's a streak happening. So, go watch this match. Because nothing fucking else has happened. If you have a friend, look at it like this. You watch wrestling, and you have a friend who stopped watching wrestling a while ago, right? And on February 24th, after Raw happened, you tell your friend who hasn't watched wrestling for a long time, oh my god, there was a sick fucking segment. Brock Lesnar came back, Undertaker came back in, Undertaker chokeslammed him, stuck a pen in his hand, they're gonna fight at WrestleMania, and your friend would be all like, holy fucking shit, that's awesome, that's crazy, I haven't seen those guys in forever. And then, if that friend who doesn't watch wrestling right now came to you and said, oh yeah, what's been going on with The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar ever since that February 24th segment? What's happened? What do you say? What do you say to your friend? Well, Paul Heyman came out and said that Brock Lesnar beat Undertaker's opponents, and Undertaker had a hard time beating those opponents, so Brock Lesnar is going to beat him at WrestleMania. How fucking enticing is that? How exciting is that? Is going to get your friend pumped up into this match, into watching WrestleMania? And look, I know everybody's going to say, oh, well, it's the streak. It's Brock Lesnar and Undertaker. You don't have to market it. You don't have to have a build-up. You don't have to have a feud. That's just a lame-ass excuse to be fucking lazy. Sit on your ass and do nothing. I'm sorry, but The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, these men are employed to the WWE. This is their job. Why can they not do their fucking job? I am sorry that I am calling out these legends, but it's not like they're fucking God. They're these godly figures that they can't be criticized. These men, all they have to do is show up for 5 consecutive weeks, 5 consecutive Mondays, have a match at Mania, be gone until fucking next year. That is all they have to do. And they can't even fucking do that. Think about it. Aaron Paul has been on Raw just one less time than The Undertaker has this year. That just makes no fucking sense. It doesn't. It's not like these guys are doing anything else. It's not like Undertaker is fucking working in the White House, working with the president, that he's all over the world. Or Brock Lesnar for that matter. This is their only fucking job. Seriously. And they can't just show up for work? 4 nights within a 1 month span? It's just ridiculous. It really is. And once again, I want to hear that shit. Well, this is the streak. It already has a built-in story. Fuck that, man. Seriously, fuck that. So this segment was just bullshit. This whole fucking feud is bullshit up to this point. And we're 2 weeks... 2 Raws only until Mania, so that's it. Just rush this shit like that. They're gonna be on the next Raw. I'm guessing they're gonna be on the go home show, but there could have been a lot done between then. It's ridiculous. These guys do not work a fucking schedule other than Mania, and they can't even show up to build it up. So anyway, let's move on. Next thing I'll talk about is John Cena and Bray Wyatt. This was a really good segment. John Cena comes out, and you got with this segment both sides of the spectrum. You got the two hugely contrasting things about John Cena and Bray Wyatt. That's what you took away from this. On one hand, you had the phony, baloney, same old, tired, boring, repetitive John Cena shtick that you get week in and week fucking out. He's talking about how, no matter what the fans say, this phony baloney shit that he always does, no matter if the fans love him or hate him, they know that they respect him because he works his ass off. And how does he know? How does this man know that everybody just fucking respects him? Why isn't it that everybody who dislikes him doesn't respect him? They just don't like him. How about that? I don't respect him, and why do I have to? Seriously, why do I have to respect John Cena? It's not like the man is a fucking Marine, even though he tries to be. It's not like, he's fighting for his country. He's doing all this, heroic shit. He's just a wrestler. He's just a guy doing his job, and very poorly at that. A guy doing his job poorly, I'm supposed to respect. So I guess I might as well respect the people that work at Rite Aid up the block from me. I might as well respect the girl at McDonald's who gave me my double cheeseburger with pickles and onions when I specifically said I didn't want pickles and onions because I fucking hate them. They're disgusting. So, I should respect everybody that does their job. It's so fucking great that people do their job. Guess what? Everybody does their fucking job. Alright, enough about that. Enough of me ranting about respecting for John Cena. Point of the matter is, I don't respect him. Anyway, he's talking about how, all that being said, he's scared of Bray Wyatt. And Jesus Christ, get this man some fucking acting lessons. Seriously. This man is a horrible actor. The only thing he could pull off is goofy, nerdy, fucking cartoony Barney the Dinosaur bullshit. That's the only character this guy could fucking pull off. Because if this was John Cena being scared, then I'm not buying it. What about this is scared? Nothing about this has fear to me. Him taking his hat off and scratching his head and putting it back on, that's supposed to make me believe that he's scared. And he always has to do this shit. Take his hat off, scratch his head, put it back on whenever he's being serious. When he does that, we know John Cena's being serious. Anyway, he's talking about how he's scared of Bray Wyatt. And, with that being said, he's gonna do what he has to do. He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight, yeah, for the women, for the children, for the people who believe in him, for the C Nation. He's gonna fight for all the injuries that he's had to put up with, and all this same fucking bullshit that we get from every John Cena feud. And then on the other side of the spectrum, on the other hand, comes Bray Wyatt with this amazing fucking promo tonight. I mean, good God. I mean, it just goes to show. John Cena is not even in the same ballpark as Bray Wyatt. Not even in the same fucking sport. Not even the same fucking galaxy as Bray Wyatt. Seriously. I mean, Bray Wyatt's promo was just... The way he cuts his promo is just so intellectual and psychological and dark and deep and thought-provoking, It's like when I'm watching this guy, I'm thinking this guy is just being wasted away as a wrestler. This guy should be a fucking movie character or a TV character. He's so fucking good. But he's talking about how in John Cena and in John Cena's world and in the majority of the world, everybody believes it's superheroes and there's nothing but good out there. But when Bray Wyatt was growing up, he was taught about the hardships of life and all the evils and the fact that everything that you love is going to die. And then it shows, the camera pans down and shows Bray Wyatt in John Cena gear. And Bray Wyatt saying, I could be like you, John Cena. I could sell merchandise like you. I could, get rally children behind me and all this. And I could go home to my plastic girlfriend. And holy fucking shit. When Bray Wyatt said plastic girlfriend. How about that? Some fucking real shit going on. Breaking fucking kayfabe. Breaking the fucking fourth wall. Reminded me of like the Attitude Era, when Shawn Michaels was telling Bret Hart that he was seeing sunny days. Reminded me of that shit. Bray Wyatt is just on another fucking level. Anyway, he says he's talking about John Cena going home in his big castle to his plastic girlfriend and all this, making believe that nothing is wrong, hiding fear with laughter, and being all goody two shoes and this. And Bray Wyatt says that at Mania, no matter what, his main goal is to destroy and kill John Cena's legacy. Oh my fucking god! Just what an amazing promo this man can do, and it's a crying goddamn shame that he's gonna be wasted on fucking John Cena at Mania just to lose to John Cena, just to please this man's fucking ego. John Cena, this guy just all the fucking time has to ride off of other people's popularity. Always has to ride on other people's fucking popularity. I mean, you get this, the Damien Sandow, a lot of people are behind him. John Cena beats him up. Dolph Ziggler, John Cena beats him. Nexus, John Cena beats them, makes them look like bitches. Even recently, Cesaro beat Randy Orton. A lot of people were getting behind Cesaro. John Cena has to come out and beat Cesaro and then pin him at the Elimination Chamber. It's ridiculous. It really is. This guy is just so fucking selfish and greedy. Seriously, he has such low self-esteem that he has to book himself in a fake scripted fucking sport to come out on top. It's just ridiculous. But a great segment because of Bray Wyatt, not John Cena. Another big thing was the Shield and Kane. So, they're having Shield feud with Kane. Kane comes out, says that Daniel Bryan had to have help orchestrating this Yes Movement thing, and he says that Jerry Lawler helped him. He calls Jerry Lawler into the ring, and he brings out the Shield, and it looks like the Shield are gonna help Kane beat up Jerry Lawler, but they turn and beat the crap out of Kane. Very good segment, very good how they turned the Shield, and I guess they're going for a face turn for the Shield. I would have much rather liked to see them break up and have a triple threat match at Mania. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen, being that we only have 2 Raws left and they haven't even broken up yet. If it does happen, it would feel too rushed at this point. So I guess they're going to go for a face turn. And I'm sure that's not going to last long. They will break up, maybe, have their triple threat match at Extreme Rules or whatever pay-per-view is after Mania. But I like this segment a lot. A very good segment. I just wish the Shield had something more solid going into Mania. A better actual program going into Mania. At this point, they might just end up being in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal match, and that's it. And then we'll talk about Triple H, the closing segment of Raw tonight. Triple H and Daniel Bryan. We had a match earlier in the night with Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton for the umpteenth time, no disqualification. It was an okay match, nothing good, but I've seen this match 45 times already, so I don't fucking care. And a couple of kendo stick shots doesn't make it hardcore for me. That doesn't scream no disqualification. I gotta see more than that. But anyway, in this last segment, you get Triple H coming out, and he calls Daniel Bryan out. And this was a fantastic closing segment. So Triple H says that he's talking man to man to him. He's telling him that he respects him and all this, and he says he offers to shake his hand. He says that no matter what I throw at you, no matter all the obstacles I put you through, all the crap I put you through, you keep on coming back, and you're standing here. And any other man would have folded, but you didn't. And you got these fans behind you. And I respect you, and may the best man win. And then Stephanie McMahon comes out, and she's screaming, respect, respect, you're talking about you respect him, he disgraced my father, disgraced the McMahon name, and then she calls out security to arrest Daniel Bryan. Triple H is yelling at Stephanie. It looks like he actually, had good intentions going into this segment. And, I guess they were trying to play off the whole Occupy Wall Street, continue to do that with, the aggressive police brutality. The cops tackle Dan Bryan. They're shoving a knife stick in his back, arresting him. And then Triple H gets in the ring, calls off security. It looks like he's coming to save Dan Bryan. He cracks a smile. and then Daniel Bryan in handcuffs laying on the floor, and Triple H starts beating the shit out of Daniel Bryan. Just a great fucking segment. Really good the way they built it up. Triple H, it looked like it was like a thing about respect happening. He finally Daniel Bryan earned Triple H's respect, and then it was all a part of this evil, maniacal Triple H plan. Triple H beats the shit out of him ringside, tears his shirt off, dunks his head in fucking water trying to drown him. He even got a fucking headshot. A chair. Headshot. Steel chair fucking headshot. It seems like Triple H is the only one allowed to do this, because I remember Undertaker Triple H match, they did a headshot. So, I guess being the boss of the company, you're allowed to do some fucking chair headshots, which is fucking fine by me. Daniel Bryan was leaned against the ring post, and his head was leaned against the ring post, and Triple H, BAM! Right across the fucking head, scrambled his fucking brains. And then he pedigrees Daniel Bryan and says, he gets on the mic and says something, I forgot what to effect, what it, pretty much it was that he was gonna kill Daniel Bryan, the Yes Movement, and he's had enough of it. But a great fucking segment. I really, really like this segment, you know, for a match that nobody wanted to see, and nobody gave two shits about, and didn't care about, and actually despised. WWE has actually booked this to be one of the biggest matches I'm looking forward to at WrestleMania, and a lot of interest in this match, and easily I think the best built and booked storyline going into Mania at this point. Right before the John Cena Bray Wyatt thing, but you know, still this Triple H and Daniel Bryan, easily the best built upon booked storyline going into Mania. So kudos to WWE for doing that. So there you go. I will say this is a decent show. Yes, in this review you heard a lot of good segments, but that's because I didn't talk about all the shitty segments, all the bad stuff, like Hornswoggle coming back, like boring fucking Sheamus versus Titus O'Neil matches, like boring 8-man tags involving Big Show and Damien Sandow and Ryback and all these fucking people. Boring matches between Usos and the Real Americans. That's why it sounds from this review like the Raw was good, but make no mistake about it, there was some pretty fucking boring stuff. But there you go. Decent show nonetheless. Alright, I am Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.